Hi, and welcome to Ginger English. I'm Sarah, joined as always by Marcus, and today we have an A1 level podcast for you. Okay, are you ready? Because this story is wow. I still can't believe it. A woman finds $26,000 cash inside a couch, a old used couch. She paid $20 for it. $20. And inside, $26,000 in cash. I mean, what do you do? What do you do in that moment? Do you keep the money? Do you tell someone? Do you just sit there and stare at it? I know what I would think. I think most people would think the same thing. But this woman, her name is Diana, she did something that nobody expected. And when people heard what she did, the whole country talked about it. This story was on the news. It was on social media. Millions of people shared it. And today, we are going to tell you everything, every detail, every emotion, every twist. So stay with us. This is a story about money, but it's also a story about something much bigger than money. It's a story about who we are, about what we do when nobody is watching, about what really matters in life. My name is Sarah. Marcus is here with me today, and this is Ginger English. Let's go. So, let me say that again. $20. That is the price of a pizza. That is the price of a movie ticket. That is nothing. Diana paid $20 at a garage sale. A garage sale is when people sell old things from their house. Old clothes, old books, old furniture. Diana saw the couch and she liked it. It looked comfortable. It was big and it was cheap. $20. Perfect. She took it home, she put it in her living room, and then she sat down on it. And she felt something hard inside the couch. She thought, maybe it's a toy, maybe it's a book, maybe it's just something old. She put her hand inside and she felt an envelope. An envelope inside a couch. That is already strange, right? But then she opened it and she saw the money and her life changed. Right there in that moment, everything changed. Diana is a single mom. She has 3 kids, 3 beautiful kids. And life is not easy for her. Every month she works hard. Every month she pays the rent. Every month she buys food. And every month there is almost no money left. So when she saw $26,000, I can't even imagine. I really can't. Can you? Think about it. You are tired. You are stressed. You have 3 kids. You have bills. And then a boom. $26,000 in your hands. What do you feel? Happy, scared, confused? All of it at the same time? Because I think all of it at the same time. That is exactly what Diana felt, and what she did next. That is the heart of this story. Stay with us.
Okay, so let me tell you about Diana. Her full name is Diana Milford. She lives in Houston, Texas. Houston is a big city. It is hot there, very hot. Diana is 34 years old. She has 3 kids, a boy and 2 girls. The boy's name is Tyler. He is 10 years old. The girls are Emma and Lily. Emma is 7. Lily is 5. Diana lives with her 3 kids in a small apartment. It is not a big apartment. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a small kitchen. That is it. But it is home. And Diana works very hard to keep that home. She works at a coffee shop. Every morning she wakes up early, very early, 5 o'clock in the morning. She makes coffee for other people all day. She smiles. She works. She comes home tired. And then she cooks dinner for her kids. She helps them with homework. She puts them to bed. And then she sleeps. And the next day she does it all again. Every day, every week, every month. Diana's life is not easy, but she never stops. She never gives up because she loves her kids and her kids love her. That is enough. That is everything. But money is always a problem. The rent is $1,200 every month. That is a lot. Food is expensive, clothes for 3 kids, expensive, school things, expensive. Diana makes about $2,000 a month. So after rent, She has $800 for food, for clothes, for everything. $800 for a month, for 4 people. You can understand, it is not easy. Some months are very hard. Some months Diana does not buy new clothes. Some months she eats very little so her kids can eat more. She never tells her kids about the money problems. She smiles. She says, everything is okay, but inside, it is not always okay. And then, one Saturday morning, everything changed. It was a normal day. Diana had one day off. She wanted to do something small, something fun. She saw a sign near her street, garage sale. She had $20 in her pocket, just $20. She walked over. She looked at the old things, old lamps, old books, old toys, and then she saw it. A big couch, brown, a little old, but it looked comfortable. And the price? $20, she thought. My kids need a new couch. Our old couch is broken. This is perfect. She paid $20. A neighbor helped her carry it home. That afternoon, Diana sat down on her new couch, and she felt something strange, something hard, under the cushion. She put her hand deeper into the side of the couch, and her hand touched something flat. Something made of paper. She pulled it out slowly. It was a white envelope, old, a little yellow. No name on it, no address, just a plain white envelope. She opened it, and inside, she saw money. A lot of money. She counted $10, $20, $50, $100. She counted again and again. $26,000 in her hands, in her small apartment, on her $20 couch. Diana sat very still. She did not move. She did not speak. Her kids were in the next room. They were watching TV. They were laughing. And Diana just sat there and stared at the money. What do you do in that moment? Really, what do you do? So, Diana is sitting on the couch. She has $26,000 in her hands. What does she do? She calls her sister. Her sister's name is Monica. Monica lives 10 minutes away. Diana calls her and says, Monica, come now, please come now. Monica hears Diana's voice. She knows something is wrong, or something is very right. She comes fast. She knocks on the door. Diana opens it. She does not say anything. She just shows Monica the envelope. Monica looks inside. Her mouth opens. She does not speak. The two sisters just stand there and look at the money. Then Monica says, Diana, this is your money now. You found it. It is yours. Keep it. Diana looks at her. She thinks. She is quiet for a long time. Then she says, I don't know. I don't know if it is mine. Monica says, Diana, look at your life. Look at your kids. You need this money. Nobody will know. Just keep it. And Diana, she almost says yes. She almost keeps the money because she is tired, because life is hard, because $26,000 can change everything. Tyler needs new shoes. Emma needs a winter coat. Lily is starting school next year. The rent is late this month. $26,000. It is right there, in her hands. But something stops her, something inside, a feeling. She looks at the couch. She thinks, this couch belonged to someone. This money belonged to someone. Someone put this money here. Someone saved this money. Maybe for a long time, maybe for many years, and that someone does not know the money is gone. Diana puts the money on the table. She looks at it. She says to Monica, I need to find the owner. Monica looks at her like she is crazy. Are you serious? Diana? That is $26,000. Diana nods. Yes, I am serious. Monica sits down. She is quiet. Then she says, okay, how? How do you find the owner? And that is a good question. A very good question. The couch came from a garage sale. Diana does not know the family. She does not know the address. She does not know the name. She only knows one thing. The garage sale was on Maple Street. That is it, Maple Street. So Diana makes a plan. The next morning, Sunday, she walks to Maple Street. She knocks on doors. She talks to neighbors. She asks, do you know who had a garage sale yesterday? And most people say, no, sorry, I don't know. But one old man, his name is George, he says, yes, I know. The family's name is Peterson. They moved last week. They sold everything before they left. Diana says, do you have a phone number? George thinks. He goes inside his house. He comes back with a small paper. Here, this is their number. Diana takes the paper. Her hands are a little shaky. She says thank you. She walks home. She sits down. She looks at the number and she thinks, okay, now what do I say? How do you call someone and say, hello, I found $26,000 in your couch? Okay, so Diana has the phone number. She sits at her kitchen table. The money is in front of her. Her kids are asleep. It is Sunday night. It is quiet. She looks at the number. She picks up her phone. She puts it down. She picks it up again. She puts it down again. She is scared. What if they are angry? What if they think she took something? What if it is the wrong family? She sits there for 1 hour, just thinking. Then she thinks about her kids. She thinks, what do I want my kids to learn? What kind of mom do I want to be? And she picks up the phone and she calls. It rings 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Then, a voice, a woman's voice, old, quiet. Hello? Diana takes a breath. She says, hello, my name is Diana Milford. I bought a couch at a garage sale on Maple Street. I think it was your couch. The old woman is quiet. Then she says, yes, that was our couch. Diana says, I found something inside the couch. An envelope. With money. A lot of money. The line is very quiet. Diana can hear the old woman breathing. Then the old woman says one word. Just one word. She says, oh, and then she starts to cry. Not loud, very quiet, small tears. Diana can hear it. And Diana starts to cry too. She does not know why, but she cries. The two women, they don't know each other, they never met, but they are both crying. On the phone, on a Sunday night, in Texas. The old woman's name is Edna. Edna Peterson. She is 87 years old. She lived in that house on Maple Street for 40 years. 40 years. Her husband built that house. His name was Robert. Robert died 3 years ago. After Robert died, Edna was alone. Her children, she has 2 sons. They live far away, one in California, one in Florida. They called her every week, but they worried. Mom is alone. Mom is old. Mom needs help. So they made a plan. Edna will move to California. She will live with her son David and his family. It is better. It is safer. So Edna packed her things, and her sons came to Houston, and they helped her move. They sold the furniture. The old lamps, the old table, the old couch. They sold everything, fast, because the moving truck was coming, and in all that busy and noise and moving boxes, nobody remembered the money. Nobody knew about the money. Only Edna knew, and Edna forgot, because she is 87. And moving is hard, and losing your husband is hard, and leaving your home of 40 years is very, very hard. Diana listens to all of this, and she feels something deep in her heart. She says, Edna, the money is safe, all of it. I have it, and I want to give it back to you. Edna is quiet again. Then she says, thank you, just that. Thank you, but the way she says it, Diana will never forget that.
So, Diana and Edna talk for a long time that night, almost 2 hours. Diana learns a lot about Edna and about the money. So, why was $26,000 inside a couch? That is a very good question. And the answer is simple, but also very sad. Edna does not trust banks. She never trusted banks. Her whole life, no banks. When she was young, she saw people lose their money in banks. Her father lost money in a bank. Her neighbor lost money in a bank. So Edna said, never. I will never put my money in a bank. For 40 years, Edna kept her money at home, in envelopes, in boxes, in old jars, and yes, inside furniture. The couch was her favorite place. She thought, nobody looks inside a couch. It is safe there. And for many years, it was safe. Robert knew about the money. Robert and Edna saved together. Every week, a little money. Every month, a little more. For 40 years, $26,000, that is their life savings. 40 years of work, 40 years of saving, every dollar a small sacrifice. Robert died, and Edna was alone with the money. She kept saving it. She kept it safe. In the couch, and then her sons came, and the moving was fast and loud and confusing. And the couch went to the garage sale with all the money inside. Edna did not remember until 3 days later. She was already in California, in her son's house. She sat down on a new couch, and she thought, the money. Oh no, the money. She called her son David. David called Houston, but the couch was already gone. Sold for $20. David looked online. He asked neighbors. Nothing. They thought the money was gone forever. Edna cried for 3 days. Not because of the money. Well, yes, because of the money, but also because that money was Robert. Every dollar was Robert. Every dollar was their life together, their small house, their small garden, their simple, happy life. And now it was gone. Or so she thought. And then Diana called, and everything changed. Again. Diana asks Edna, "How can I send you the money? I don't have a car. I can send it by mail, or maybe your son can come." Edna is quiet. Then she says, "Diana, can I ask you something?" Diana says, "Of course." Edna says, "Why did you call me?" "You could keep the money. Nobody would know." "Why did you call?" Diana thinks. Then she says, "Because it is not my money. It is yours. And you saved it for 40 years. You and Robert, it belongs to you." Edna is very quiet. And then she says, "I want to meet you. I want to come to Houston. I want to look at you and say thank you. To your face. Not on the phone." Diana says, Okay, Edna. Come." 2 weeks later, a Thursday morning, Diana is at home. She cleaned the apartment. She bought flowers, small yellow flowers. She put them on the table. She made coffee. She made cookies. Her kids are at school. It is quiet. And Diana is nervous, very nervous. She checks the clock. 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:20. Then a knock on the door. Diana opens it, and there is Edna, a small woman, very small, white hair, a blue coat, old hands, warm eyes, and next to her, her son David, tall, 40 years old. He drove Edna from the airport. They look at each other, Diana and Edna. For a moment, nobody speaks. And then Edna opens her arms, and Diana walks into them. And they hug. A long hug. A real hug. Like old friends. Like family. David stands there and watches, and his eyes are wet. He does not cry, but almost. They come inside, they sit down. Diana gives them coffee, she gives them cookies, and they talk. Edna looks around the apartment. It is small, but it is clean. It is warm. There are drawings on the refrigerator, drawings from the kids, a yellow sun, a green tree, a house with a red door. Edna looks at them and smiles. She says, "Your children drew these?" Diana says, "Yes, that is Tyler. He loves to draw." Edna touches the drawings gently, with one finger, very gently. Then she turns and looks at the couch, her old couch. She walks to it slowly. She touches it. She smiles. She says, "I remember this couch. Robert and I bought it in 1987. We sat on it every evening. We watched TV. We drank tea. We talked about our day. Every evening. For so many years. It is a good couch." Diana laughs softly. She says, "It is a very good couch." And then Diana goes to her bedroom. She comes back with the envelope, the white envelope, with all the money inside. She puts it on the table in front of Edna. Edna looks at it. She does not touch it right away. She just looks for a long moment. Then she looks at Diana and she says, "You know, I thought about you every day, every single day for 2 weeks. I thought, who is this woman? Why did she call me? She could keep everything. Nobody would know, and I did not know. But now I see you, and I understand. You are a good person, Diana. You are a very good person." Diana shakes her head. She says, "I just did the right thing." Edna says, "Yes, but not everyone does the right thing. That is the point." David nods. He says, "We want to do something for you, Diana. We want to say thank you, not just with words." Diana says, No, please, I don't want anything. I just want you to have your money back. That is all." David looks at his mom. Edna looks at Diana, and Edna says, "Diana, please, let us do something. You have 3 children. You work so hard every day. You deserve something. Please." Diana is quiet. She looks at the yellow flowers on the table. She thinks about Tyler, about Emma, about Lily. She thinks about the rent. She thinks about the winter coat Emma needs. She thinks about Lily starting school, and slowly, she nods. Okay, she says quietly. Okay.
So, what did Edna and David do? What was their thank you? Let me tell you, and I promise, this part will stay with you. David opens his bag. He takes out an envelope. A new envelope, white and clean. He puts it on the table next to the old envelope. He says, Diana, we talked about this, me and my brother, and my mom, and we all agreed. Diana looks at the envelope. She does not touch it. David says, please open it. Diana picks it up slowly. She opens it. She looks inside, and her eyes go wide, very wide. Inside the envelope, there is a check for $10,000. $10,000. Diana looks up. She says, no, no, I cannot take this. This is too much. David says, Diana, listen, you gave back $26,000. You are a single mom. You have 3 kids. You work every day. You did something that most people would not do. Please, take it. Our family wants you to have it. Diana looks at Edna. Edna takes Diana's hand. Her old small hand. She holds it. She says, Diana, my Robert always said, good things come back to good people. He believed that. I believe that. Please take this. For your children, for Tyler, for Emma, for Lily. Diana looks down. She is crying now. She is not loud, just quiet tears. She nods. She says, okay, thank you so much. And then something else happens, something nobody planned. David says, and one more thing. He takes out his phone. He shows Diana something. It is a GoFundMe page. A GoFundMe is a website where people can give money to help someone. David made the page 2 days before. He wrote Diana's story on it. The whole story, the couch, the money, the phone call, everything. And in 2 days, people read it, and people gave money. Strangers, people from Texas, people from California, people from New York, people from all over America. In 2 days, the GoFundMe had $43,000. $43,000 from strangers, people who never met Diana, people who just read her story and wanted to help. Diana stares at the phone. She cannot speak. She just stares. David says, people want to do good, Diana. They just need a reason. You gave them a reason. You gave all of us a reason. Diana looks at the 2 envelopes on the table. The old one with Edna's money, the new one with the check, and her phone, showing $43,000 from strangers. And she thinks about that Saturday morning, the garage sale, the $20 couch, one small decision, one moment, and look what happened. Look at all of this. She shakes her head slowly. She laughs a little and cries a little at the same time, and Edna squeezes her hand, and they sit together, 2 women, one young, one old, on an old brown couch. That started it all.
And that is the story. That is the whole story. A $20 couch, $26,000, one phone call, and a life that changed forever. I love this story. I really do. Because it is not just about money, it is about a choice. One simple choice. Diana could say, this is my money now. Nobody knows. Nobody will find out. And her life would be easier. For a while, but she did not do that. She made a different choice, a harder choice. And because of that one choice, everything changed. Not just for her, for Edna, for David, for everyone who read the story and gave money on GoFundMe. For everyone who felt something good that day. One person, one choice. And look how far it goes. You know, I think about this a lot. We all have moments like that, small moments. Nobody is watching, and we make a choice. A small choice. Keep something or give it back. Tell the truth or say nothing. Help someone or walk away. And in that moment, we show who we really are. Not to other people, to ourselves. Diana showed herself who she was. And I think she already knew, deep inside. She already knew what she was going to do. From the very beginning, she just needed a moment to be quiet and listen to herself. Edna and Diana are still in contact today. They call each other every week. David says his mom is happier now. She talks about Diana like she is family. And Diana's kids, Tyler, Emma, and Lily, they know the story now. Diana told them. And Tyler, the 10-year-old boy who loves to draw, he made a drawing. A drawing of an old brown couch with a big yellow star on it and he sent it to Edna. And Edna put it on her refrigerator, next to her own grandchildren's drawings. I think that is beautiful. I really do. So, what is the lesson? I think the lesson is simple. Do the right thing, even when it is hard, even when nobody is watching, because good things find good people. Maybe not always, maybe not fast, but they find them. Diana found $26,000 and she gave it back, and the world gave her so much more. Not just money, something bigger, a friend, a story, a lesson for her children, and the knowledge that she is exactly the kind of person she wants to be. That is worth more than $26,000. That is worth everything. Thank you so much for listening today. If this story moved you, please like this video, share it with someone you love, and subscribe to Ginger English for more stories just like this one. New podcasts every week for every level of English. We will see you next time. Take care of yourselves, and remember, do the right thing, even when it is hard, especially when it is hard.